Scorpio, welcome to your in-depth reading for yours and theirs. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. A question I get often about yours and theirs: does it have to be a significant other? Does it have to be love-oriented? Does it have to be an ex? No, it does not have to be. Yours and theirs is simply where I am describing some sort of relationship construct. So I will see yours and whomever it is connected to you. In essence, I could be describing a family member, a friend, co-worker, any of those things, all of those things. I do, however, read from the orientation of love, as it is a love reading. But you take it as it resonates, as is true with all reading types. There you go. So basic rules. Take it resonates, leave it does not. Reverse energies as it applies. I will tell you if it's a non-reversal. In yours and theirs, yes, reversals absolutely 100% apply. Okay? All right, there you go. That's the basics. That's the ins and outs. So, what you been up to? Show me. Show me Scorpio and their person. Show me Scorpio and their person. Show me Scorpio. Show me Scorpio and their person, please. What's going on for Scorpio? Show me Scorpio and their person, please. I'm going to start with your side, but as I said, reverse energies as it applies. Oh. Oh. Okay. You got enough going on in there, honey? I mean, just a little bit? Energetically a little busy, are we? Like, what? It's just a normal Tuesday for me. Like, I don't... Okay. The Devil, the Empress, the King of Wands. Feeling something, are you? Okay. I will say this. I don't know where that devil's coming from, but it looks like you may have turned that frown upside down, and I'll tell you why. The Empress is here with the King of Wands. Whatever your previous orientation was that might have felt negative, patternized, fears, possibly toxicity, you seem to have turned that around. Now that's very rapid, okay, so that tells me this probably took time. Even though it looks essentially overnight on the cards. That likely wasn't the case. These are two majors. So however it is you turn this around, and I have to admit that's on a dime. That's pretty damn fast. It looks that way. It was a process. I do not know if all three of these are you. One of these could be an outside energy that influences you or impacts you. We shall see. Right now, I'm going to interpret down the line that this is you, and that you have done some magnificent work and really coming into your power as the Empress. Something that you were afraid to let go of, some sort of fear, some sort of pattern. You conquered it, kicked its ass, and now you feel fantastic. And confident, sexy, vivacious, and passionate once more. Let's see who and what is... Do I dare look? That one feels funny. Five of Swords. Knight of Wands, Ten of Swords. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a guess that whenever this exited, or whatever this was that exited, this is when you started to feel a lot better. Somebody was being deceptive towards you in some way. It's not pretty. It looks like it had to do with passion. We had some self-deception here about the person's real intentions or wants. It likely was passionate in nature with the Knight of Wands, and I don't knock the Knight of Wands, guys. I never do. The Knights of Wands, if anybody pulls cards on me anywhere, and if this doesn't come up, I would be surprised. Okay, the few times I read myself, and I don't have to, but the few times I do, if this guy doesn't drop, I'm shocked. The Knight of Wands, I know what you're used to seeing on YouTube. We got to get out of that mentality that he's just a player or sex energy. Okay, can he represent those things? Yes, it's a minor interpretation though. This guy represents our energy in that we are excited. I don't do anything. I don't put myself into anything unless I know my energy is consolidated towards it. Otherwise, I will not get the best of it. That means I only put myself into the best of which I know will be of use to me. So when I attach myself to a project, work, family, whatever, lovers, whatever. If that excitement isn't there, it's not going to happen. I don't just do shit for the sake of it. At all. The energy has to be there. The vitality has to be there. The want. What's the fucking point? Why else? What is the point, right? What else is the point? But that's me. Other people use the Knight of Wands for all the most basic, low-level, lizard-like function. What is lizard-like function? Animal brain. I want that. Yeah, let's go fuck it. That's it. Now, I'm guessing that this person had super excited, special feelings towards you. Okay. And somehow they were being deceptive with themselves about it. They were either manipulating their sexual energy towards you, they were manipulating your sexual energy towards them. Bunch of mind games, bullshit, flirtation, I'm coming on to you, hot and cold, doesn't matter, I could give or take this, yes, you're hot, but whatever. It's kind of like that. It's this idea of I don't really care, but I have something for you, Scorpio. Yeah. And then Ten of Swords, it over. And it's looking like they're the ones that are in pain and they're feeling effect of it. You showed me positivity. So that tells me you're the one who let this go bye-bye. Because if they were the one who let this go bye-bye, they wouldn't be hurt by it. I sincerely doubt it. Whatever this is, you understood to some level that this was toxic or patternized. So I don't know how long you humored this, but it was enough for you to become attached to it in the wrong ways. You understand? Real talk. But once you let go, boom, look at the freedom of your energy. You became self-empowered. This is who you really were. And whatever this was, took away from you. At some point you understood that. And then you became yourself once more. Generous, loving, productive. Just not for this. Okay. Given your energy here, the way you are, indeed, as I described, like myself, you are naturally passionate. You are naturally turned. This is positive fire. These are trailblazers. The King, Queen of Wands are trailblazers. Once they set their sight on something, once they set their heart on something, they go after it. They don't apologize. They just do it. Okay? And that's that energy. You cannot fake that. So your beautiful self is bold and badass. But it came from a place of understanding something's no good for me. And I probably made it a little bit of an addictive habit. I can see why. Somehow the sexual energy here, the natural passion that should be positive, that should be good, that should bond people naturally, easily, sexually, or otherwise, was being used in all the worst ways. Shared. The Fool. I bet you were. Page of Cups. And I say you because I know you. We are very rarely the fool, but when we do, we go big. We go big. We don't like being made to look the fool, honey. Scorpio has a lot of pride. Oh, but when we are the fool, we go full tilt. So, you kept your heart open towards this. You were playing with your heart. They were playing with their dick or their vagina or something. You were the fool. You see that now. You see that now, don't you? And the emotional disappointment that ensued. Guess what led to this? Guess what led to this? Guess what led to this? You kept your heart open as the fool. This person. I'm going to keep my heart open towards them. That feels good. Oh, wait. No, it don't. I don't know how many times you were disappointed in this dynamic. I've been through something like this myself. I think you have been. If you're alive and you have a pulse, all right, somewhere in some way you've been through something like this before. And you get repeatedly disappointed by it. Okay? That's emotional disappointment that goes full circle. It's a jerk circle of emotional disappointment. I keep exposing my heart to this, and I'm hurt again. I keep exposing my heart to this, and I'm disappointed again. It's not congruent. How you were exposing yourself and the feedback you were getting was not congruent. Anyway, except this. Emotional congruency. It was everything but. So I'm just going to keep exposing myself to it, and maybe, no. In the overview, your heart is trying to get back into congruency once more. Your beautiful Scorpio heart, that is our master symbol with the Ace of Cups. I know, coming from a background of pain, I got it. Don't need to explore that too much. The Ace of Cups is in your general overview, trying to get your heart space back into its fullness so the waters might flow once more. If it was anything other than dick around energy, fuck around energy, manipulation energy, just straight up sexual energy, straight up I don't really give a fuck about you, but I'm entertaining you because I get my rocks off energy, I will see that upon clarification. Right now I gotta tell you I'm not impressed. And neither were you. I don't know if the dick was good, honey, but I hope it was worth it, even for a little bit. And some of you are like, actually, no, Christina, the dick wasn't that good. No, seriously, I know, I hear you on your couch, you're at work, you're in your car, and you literally just said, actually, Christina, the dick wasn't that good. Or if you're the other way around, it's like, actually, Christina, you know what? The vag weren't that good. Real talk. If I can't do this with you, honey, I got problems. If I can't talk to Scorpio like this, we all got problems, all right? Have a laugh. Take a breath. Learn to laugh at yourself. Understand, yeah, I was the fool. God dang it, I was the fool for this person. God dang it. You were bringing the best parts of yourself, but your best parts got covered up in a patternized concept of I'm trying to meet this energy where it is, but it became toxic for that reason. Because they likely interpreted you as a one-way street for energy. There you go. In other words, used. You were likely being used. Five of Swords with that Knight of Wands. I would say the same thing if it was the Knight of Cups. You were likely being used either for your sexual energy, your emotional energy. I don't know. I will see, however, that Five of Swords and what that means to them. I'm very curious about it. But first, let's start with Scorpio's Ace of Cups, please. Show me that Ace of Cups. Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Oh. You understood, huh? There it is again on the split. I know you have so much passion in you, huh? This person knew that. This person knew that. You were naturally passionate, and they probably assumed that you were playing along at the same level that you were. The thing is that your heart was along for the ride with the Ace of Cups. It's typically true for us. Typical pattern of the Scorpio relationship energy, specifically the sexual energy. Scorpio very rarely attaches to someone sexually unless there's an emotional component behind it. That can vary obviously in degree and scale depending on the Scorpio that you're with. Some people are very extreme about it. They will only have sex with people they have an emotional union with. Others, okay, they can enter into some sort of sexual-based relationship so long as there is some sort of emotional premise, okay? But the point is that your heart was in here too. Your passion was. It's funny. This person's energy has shown up on your heart space. Very strongly. I know you had passion in here for this person. They knew that, and they used it. Okay? I'm sorry. But again, if this is already after the fact, you know this. I'm not telling you anything literally that you don't already know. But I am sorry nonetheless. Because your heart was affected. It literally crosses your beautiful heart. It impacted you in all the wrong ways. It was a negative experience. Somebody used you. They used your passion, and your passion was tied to your heart. They knew about the passion. In other words, they knew you were turned on. And they probably used it to substitute for feelings. It's mind games, manipulations of emotions. I'm not sure what they got out of it, but you eventually got out of it yourself. So here's that Five of Swords. You see there's repeating energies here? Okay. There it is again, crossing your heart. And you kind of dipping out of this. It's interesting. You both share a Knight of Wands. You told me freely that this person turned you on. You told me freely that you are excited by this person. You told me freely that they turned you on, but your heart was in it too. Okay? And here's you checking out their Five of Swords. At some point you realized your passion wasn't for them because it was being used the wrong way. You kind of saw them for what they were at some point. Or bare minimum, that's how you interpreted them, even if you didn't understand their reasoning. You understand? When people leave you to fill in the blanks, you get what you get. If somebody won't make their intentions clear, what can you do except go by their actions? Their actions were enough that you understood their intentions were shit, or that you were being used or manipulated. I don't care what their reasoning was, and they didn't tell you. They probably didn't. Five of Swords is lying to the self. So if you're lying to yourself, you're going to lie to the other person too, and probably think you believe it. So even if they had an explanation, it was a lie. So all you could do was make decisions based on what you knew to be true as you experienced it. What was going on in them? Well, again, when you're lying to yourself, they don't know. Why would you? All you can do is work with what you don't know, and I see you bowing out from this. Specifically, I see you sidestepping, getting away from, and retracting your energy from something that you esteemed, understood, weighed up the scales, got your calculator out, and said, oh, they're probably using me. Yeah. Whether or not it's more than that, it's not your job to find out, baby. It's not your fucking job. You can't weed through somebody else's thinking, mentality, everything that led them up to that point. You got to work with what you know, not what you don't. And if a liar's lying to themselves, it's on you if you choose to believe their lies. Okay? I'm sorry your heart got hurt in this. It got wrapped up in it long enough that you got some devil energy on that. And I get it, man. It was hot. It was fast and furious, baby. I got it. When the energy was there, boom, it was on point. And when it weren't, in other words, when it was off, it was really off. Okay? It was really off. Oh, I know it felt fiery and sexy at the time. But when there was nothing going on, there was nothing going on. Right? Cheers. All right. Let's do that devil. Show me that devil, please. Some of you asked me why I pronounce the devil that way. Because I can't take it seriously. That's why. Now, don't get me wrong. I take the energy behind the devil seriously, like I take the energy behind all the cards seriously. But it's like, why? In tarot, they had to use something so blunt as the devil. And it's like, the idea of the devil is such an ass clown to me. I can't take it seriously. And I just don't. I just can't. But I have a very different perspective of why that is, and I don't have time to go into that. Just tell me the devil, because I can't. It's like a dog. It's like patting a dog on the head. Oh, look, it's the devil. I mean, he has such minimized power in my mind, but I come from a very, 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 very Christian background, specifically Catholicism. So I'll stop right there, but I'll tell you this. Growing up the way I did, the idea of the devil was 100 times bigger than people made it out to be. And I knew that as a kid. And it's a way for us as human beings to keep ourselves in check when really you need to be keeping yourself in check. That's where the real devil is. So, I suppose that's, well, it's as good a summary as I can get it right now. Show me that devil, please. So when I say devil, that's my way of saying, that's cute. If there is a devil, nothing scares that devil so much as when you can look at him and laugh at him. That's my belief. There you go. And nothing pisses him off, too. Five of Cups. Yeah, it hurt to learn the truth. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I know, honey. Oh, my God. Yeah. Some shit went down. Some shit went down. You got angry, and you had every right to. I got it. I completely support this energy. I understand, and it's also realistic. It's realistic. You're entitled to your feelings. They were real, raw, and honest. So when you got pissed off, you got pissed off. You got angry. When you saw whatever this is for its true face value, you got angry. But it wasn't just anger. It was sadness too. Pain. 5 of Cups. You found yourself mourning. And I'll tell you why. This actually meant something to you. Ace of Pentacles. It really did. That's why you're angry. You understood this to mean more to you than it did to them. So you got angry. You might have had words. Angry words. There might have been harsh discussions. Hopefully it wasn't straight up fighting. But the reason you were upset is because you understood, and this broke your heart more than anything, is that between the two of you, you were the one who took it seriously. You actually had something to offer attached to it. You were also disappointed by the fact that you didn't receive anything real or legitimate. You really honestly thought what you had to offer was being taken seriously, and it wasn't. You made a gesture, a big one, with that Ace of Pentacles, and you meant it. Your sincerity was in it. And it you were made to feel like it was a joke. Like they weren't taking you seriously, or your feelings seriously. I don't know what news you received that upset you so much. I just know that it's coming from the premise of you put yourself forward in a very honest and strong way, and you were made to feel a fool for it. It's like, oh, I understand now. This actually means something to me, and I was sincere, but it means nothing to you, and you were not sincere. That's why you're upset. Process it. Allow yourself to feel it. Cry what you need to cry. Scream angry words if you need to. When you realized it was a bunch of devil bullshit. Something that you had gotten used to. And opened up yourself towards over and over again. It really was just dick around energy to this person. Okay. What kills me, honey? Not that your anger. 5 of Wands happens to everybody. That's not what I'm surprised by. It's normal. I would say something was wrong if you weren't angry. What hurts me is to see that it really meant something to you. You put yourself out there in some way that says this is strong and this is the best of me. And it was rejected too. Oh, you were just playing. I wasn't. Show me that Empress, please. So in a way, you conquered the devil, you defeated the devil, bare minimum. It was confrontational. I am seeing confrontation. And I also see you. Your sexual energy started to shy away from this person when you started to see them for who they are, huh? And then a part of you got confrontational. Okay, show me that Empress, please. Okay, show me that Empress, please. 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 Like I said, we're turning that frown upside down. Show me that Empress, please. 4 of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay. Okay. That's a lot of energy there. Lots of energy. The Empress, that's quite the lovely turnaround. That's quite the lovely turnaround. 4 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. You know, it's interesting, but all rights, you're telling me you're in something solid anyway, or you're about to be. And it really exemplifies the best of your values. All of your values. It respects you. It cares about you. It actually gives a shit about your well-being. Actually wants to create a happy, healthy household construct where you're kind of on the throne there. So I don't know where this popped up or where this came in. It's completely different from this. That's all I can tell you. Perhaps I am seeing your household structure where there are many people supporting you, such as family and friends. Perhaps I'm seeing you enter a relationship sooner rather than later. I don't know. I just know it beats where you came from by thousands and thousands of miles. It's actually healthy, and it's constructive, it's supportive, it's loving, it's tender, it's caring, and it gives a fuck about the quality of life. As far as I can tell, this person had no interest in your real life or value as a person. Whatever this is brings out the best of you. Of course, I will try to remember to do a time check on this. That's quite the turnaround. I do not know if you met someone new who you were able to solidify with in an actual graceful, empowering way while you were exiting this. That could be it as well. Four of Wands does not have to be commitment. It's any sort of relationship that you understand is being defined and built around two people. I've got two people in here. And you are the Empress in this. So I know that you are thriving literally in this structure that is safe, secure, has good intentions. That actually gives a shit. More than that. It's about safety, protection, reliability, loyalty, strength of household and conviction. And it brings out the best of you. You seem to be very generous and in love with this. So you might have started developing this while you were exiting this. I don't know. In which case, no, it was not third party. Honey, this person wasn't attached to you in that way for it to be a third party. Fuck that. I don't know, but that's quite the hell of a thing. It could be I'm seeing an accelerated timeline as well. That's absolutely, absolutely possible. And tarot? Oh yeah, absolutely. This could have happened years ago, and we're fast forwarding to today. I don't know, but this looks good on you, and it looks healthy. Is supportive, loving, has somewhere to go and is stable and isn't just attracted to you for your sex. Some of that King of Wands, please. Wow, that's huge support. And again, doesn't have to be a significant other. It could be that you have a full household where they're all encouraging you. And it's loving and supportive. And it brings out the best in you. You being generous to those who actually have earned it. You being loving to those who have actually earned it. You being loyal to those who have actually earned it. Okay. Could be that too. There's a lot of different ways I could take that, but that's beautiful, supportive. I'm secure in this energy. Okay. Some of that King of Wands, please. Some of that King of Wands. Some of that King of Wands. I don't know when you enter that, but it looks beautiful. Some of that King of Wands, please, for Scorpio. Some of that King of Wands, please. Some of that King of Wands, please, for Scorpio. Thing is, I don't know if this person saw you as an Empress. If so, perhaps they just wanted to siphon off your energy to feel better about themselves. I don't know. The thing is, it's like, all I can tell you, not only did they misinterpret your energy and what it meant to them, they fucked up. Big time. Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, Nine of Cups. You don't know? Okay, so this is interesting. I'm kind of in this zone of this might be a very strong, tight-knit family home structure where you have phenomenal support. And it brings out the best in you because now I've got you in future feeling confident once more. You're a trailblazer once more. You feel emotionally oomphed, right? Heightened sense of energy, forbearance. This is my direction. You don't know if you will ever truly be open to options of love just yet. Your biggest concern is, do I feel good about me? Because that's all I really care about at this time. Thank you. And yeah, there you go. Some of you are not making options in love a priority at this time. It's like, I can't see that right now, Christina. Really, all I want to do is move the best of my energy forward that best serves me. This is wish fulfillment. This is personally feeling good about ourselves. This, I don't know, and that's okay. That will reveal itself in time is what you're telling me. You're also telling me it's not the priority. I agree. You are the priority, and things like this will come in time. You don't have to go looking for options in love when you're good with you. They will just come towards you. I agree. When you feel good about you and you know what you're doing, you know what you want, and you know, more importantly, how your passion and your love is being presented into the world, you don't need to worry about options. You don't. They will come towards you or reveal themselves to you in time, but you don't ever have to look either. Not really. Not with this kind of energy. It'll come to you when it's meant to come towards you. But this is beautiful household supportive energy. I like this a lot. That's gorgeous. And it brings out the best in you. For some of you, FYI, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I was about ready to do my spiel about the Empress being the most productive card in the deck. Some of you, your careers are at home. I was about to say. That actually makes a lot of sense. For some of you, you work out of your home and you are highly productive well-founded, well-respected too. That would also explain the strength of that household energy as well. Okay, there you go. Options in love, you're like, I don't know. I'll worry about that later. For now, I'm focusing on me, which I love that. That's a beautiful disposition. Okay, let's get over to this. Yeah. Okay, let's get on over to this. I'm very curious. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I'm curious about this person's Five of Swords. Because even though you picked up on it twice, well, again, with the Five of Swords, if we're not being honest with ourselves, the other person's not going to understand us either. So I actually want to see this person's Five of Swords. Let's see if it was all just dick and balls energy. Or was their heart in there and they were just too cowardly to admit it? I don't know. Sorry, it is what it is. That's coward's energy. That is coward's energy. I'm lying to myself about why I'm connecting to Scorpio. That's cowardly. It is. It's cowardly. I'm sorry. I don't respect that. Know who you are. Know what you're doing. Know what you're feeling. You admit you were the fool. And that's why it broke your own damn heart. You broke your own damn heart. You admit to me willfully that you were the fool by keeping your heart exposed to this. That's ownership. So while it sucks, at least you can own it, right? Because that is singular. I don't see that as shared. Show me that Five of Swords, please. Show me that Five of Swords. Show me that Five of Swords. Show me that Five of Swords. Show me that Five of Swords, please. Show me that Five of Swords. Beautiful. Show me that Five of Swords, please. Page of Swords. Fuck me, it's immature. Oh my god. They're literally saying it was too hard to understand. Oh my god, fuck off. Oh my god, I can't. I can't with the immature energy. I fucking can't with the immature energy. Trust me, this is just not a cross-watcher, because a cross-watcher wouldn't have the insight to watch this, I don't think. Oh. Immature. Immature. Fucking immature. Page of Swords, Four of Swords, the Ten of Wands. They're telling me it was too hard to rest and contemplate the subject. Was it too hard, baby? To figure out your own thoughts and to figure out your own feelings. Was it that hard? Excuse me while I lack sympathy. Look, we all have a backstory. We all have an origin story. But this person's grown and they act like they're not grown. That's why I'm bothered. That's why I'm irritated. You see that massive adult energy you're racking? Okay, except for one thing. How you kind of allowed yourself to be played. Your love was in it. You got addicted to it. You misconstrued it. Okay, fine. You cottoned on to it. That's the point. And yeah, it hurt. It hurt because I know you were really in it. And perhaps that made you more of a fool than you realized. But dang, at least you're not some small little person who refuses to look at any of this, who refuses to acknowledge that they're lying to themselves, who refuses to acknowledge that they're making it out as hard to be as they want to be. They're choosing to not understand. They're choosing to not gain insight. They are choosing to say it's too hard to understand my thoughts, and they're choosing to say it's too hard to understand my feelings. Oh. I don't know if this person was younger than you. It doesn't feel that way. It's the absolute denial and rejection to understand one's thoughts or the evolution of them. To understand one's feelings or the evolution of them. Because it's too hard. So Page of Swords. Fuck it. I'm not trying to learn. Okay. So I was hoping to see more. But there isn't. But there isn't. Oh my god. The difference between a girl and a woman, and a boy and a man. Like, this person has no reference to time. Thinking about where they've come from with you, why they're attracted to you, why do they lie to themselves. Having no insights attached at all. None. And they're saying it was too hard to have insight. I have never seen anything this blunt and immature. Or maybe I have, and I just don't remember it. Let me tell you. Some of that Knight of Wands, please. Some of that Knight of Wands, please. Some of that Knight of Wands. Some of that Knight of Wands. I might be harsh, but am I wrong? Death. Knight of Pentacles. Jesus, Nine of Pentacles. The energy wouldn't change. The energy wouldn't change. They're reflecting on you, which I see. The energy wouldn't change. They just knew that they were turned on by you. That's it. The energy wouldn't change. It wouldn't transform, and the energy, whatever it was towards you, would not develop, and it would not show up correctly. Okay. So we have a Knight of Wands clarified by you, Death, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. There was no real movement towards you. There was no real movement towards you. It was non-movement. It was dead movement. And it wouldn't transform. It's like waiting for someone to deliver the goods and they never deliver the goods, you know? It's like ordering a package from Amazon and you have Amazon Prime, so you know to expect it in 2 days or less, right? 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 seasons, 2 years. Like, man, I ordered that shit 2 years ago. It's still not arriving. That's what their energies are like. They had an expectation here that they were supposed to show up to you in a certain way. And it never did. It never fully became independent. It never became claiming. It wouldn't claim itself. It wouldn't claim you. It was just kind of like, nope, fire only. That's it, fire only. Other than that, I have no intentions. I have no intentions. But I got my dick out. But I have no intentions. I don't know what your true sexual energy was. I have pockets of it that suggest it was more than you were genuinely attracted to this person, yes, but it came from your heart, as is true for most Scorpios. We really cannot separate those, nor should we. It's part of our process. It is what it is. Some people can separate their sex from their heart. Good for them. I'm not one of them. I can't relate, and I don't mourn it. I like what I have. It keeps me safe from shit like this. With perhaps one experience that taught me this will never happen again. One is all you need, right? I know your heart showed up with your sexual energy. This person can't seem to feel their energy towards you or their intentions towards you beyond the measure of whatever their pleasure is. So I don't know the full extent of your sexual nature, except you were in it long enough to feel toxic about it. And you felt that much more foolish because you actually believed you had substance in this and you meant it. Pissed you off to find out otherwise. But as soon as you did, you kind of cleared yourself of this some way, somehow. They recognize the ending too. That tells me you did it. Especially given the energy you're rolling off here. And there you are, still killing this. Because they identify as you having done it, first of all. And that's fine. They were too immature to understand what the hell they were doing, and more to the point, what they weren't doing. So I don't know how long this went on, but it was long enough to suggest this person wasn't willing to learn. They weren't willing to understand their intentions towards you, their fire towards you, their emotions towards you, all of it, any of it. It's almost alarming how not there this person is, but they wanted something. How little insight this person has, but was drawn to you. So this is where we have someone who wants and they don't understand why they want it. And how long they've been wanting it. And they take it to a bad place. But they hung around long enough to get something from you. So you felt manipulated and used. So I just see you killing this. Whatever movement there was here is dead. And you became single once more, or they themselves don't have the gumption, wherewithal to act from an independent place or experience or interest, or this is who I am, this is what I'm about, this is what I'm doing. They only seem to know one thing. I kind of have feel-good energy towards Scorpio. Overall, this was going nowhere, you knew that. After you get past the acceptance of it. They say, you ended it, Scorpio. Yeah, well, technically, yes. But their energy was never in it to begin with, not really. To understand you're in something, you have to have some fucking insight. So, I don't want to hear any of that. You broke it off, you broke it off. Oh, honey, everything you did, more to the point, everything you didn't do, led up to it. So go ahead and point your finger, baby. But at some point, you got to point it back to you. Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Show me that Ten of Swords. There it is again. Double death. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Ace of Swords, acceptance of the truth. There they are, King of Pentacles. They're really reassuring themselves, like super reassuring themselves. This didn't mean anything to me anyway. I don't give a fuck. Good for them. It must be nice to live in denial, because denial doesn't have a postcode. Nothing can reach you. I told you this person has next to no insight about what they were doing, why they were doing it. They just knew they wanted something. And then they have literally the comfort at the end of the day. In regards to the pain, in regards to the ending, they have the comfort in saying, well, I was never in it to begin with. No shit. They weren't. That's probably the most honest thing they've told themselves. They were never in it to begin with. So what does that say about them? Tell you what, this person likes to double down. When they fuck up big. Man, denial must be a really sweet place to live. I will never know what it's like to reject that level of self-insight, to accept that levels of lies from myself about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, for such surface reasons. Superficial, surface, wishy-washy. I have no idea what that's like. And I don't want to. I don't envy that person one whit. Something's got to reassure them, right? Well, I wasn't in it anyway. It didn't hurt me. They only said double death. That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't hurt them at all. I was never in it, but that's actually true. They weren't in it. They weren't. So, I don't mourn this person at all. By all rights, they say they're not mourning you, that you made absolutely no difference in their life. Again, their energy is too fucking immature to see that. What I'm upset for is how upset you were when you realized your sincerity was in it. And theirs was just sex. Manipulation. Energy siphoning. Energy vampires. You make me feel good and that's all I know. You know, the only reason I care about you is how you make me feel. That's very selfish. And that's true for a lot of people who get emotionally attached for the wrong reasons. We understand to some extent we impact the other person in a good way. And then they're like, yeah, you make me feel good. Or I care about you. Then they have nothing to back it up with. And that's when you should understand that they mean more to you than you to them. Okay? And that they're likely keeping you around because of how you make them feel on a surface, superficial level. That's it. They get a little addicted to it. They do what they do and say what they need to say to keep you around so they can occasionally get that touch of feel-good energy. But when you refuse to have insight, when you're lying to yourself, they say it's too hard to understand their thoughts, it's too hard to understand their feelings. Yeah, they're going to take comfort in the fact that they were never involved with. What a cheap piece of shit. Cheap. I'm sorry, I keep coming up with that word. This person's cheap. They don't know how to spend money. In that respect of pentacle energy. They don't know how to spend or invest their emotions correctly. They don't know how to spend and invest in their mental and spiritual energy appropriately. They're cheap. They're cheap. They're cheap. It's cheap. This person's so cheap. Kind of cowardly too. They got that whiff on them. They kind of got that cowardly whiff on them. Cheap. So lack of intention, no investment, not in themselves, not in you. I'm floored by it. How honestly naked and bare bones this is. It's so unapologetically cheap. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually. They got their strokes and they were fine with that. That's it. There's no other insights from this person. This is, oh my God. Okay. All right. So, back to you on being the fool, keeping your heart open, exposing it over and over again to this person, and understanding you were disappointed over and over again. That you were likely being manipulated at some point, yes. Then we got used to playing by their rules until you cottoned on to it. I'm very curious about that moment. When that moment came. Show me the fool, please. So cheap. Never investing in more than they absolutely have to, so they don't have to commit to any more than they absolutely have to. Oh, honey. This is absolutely the case of their loss, but they don't know that. Why would they? With that kind of energy, they probably don't know too much. Show me that, show me the fool, please. Is that what I said? And it is what it is. Show me the fool, please. Show me that fool, please. Show me that fool, please. Show me that fool, please. Page of Swords, King of Cups, the Fool. You really thought your heart was going somewhere with this. That's why you exposed it over and over again. I got it. You tried not to show too much insight to this. You just tried to follow the process as best you could. Like I said, you came from an established heart space. Your Ace of Cup was here. Your King of Cup was here. So too was your passion, okay? And you legitimately felt, okay, that you didn't have to go too much more further into it than that because your energy was literally genuine. You didn't give it too much more insight because you literally went with how you feel. That's why you didn't give it much insight. I see. I understand. So you kind of took this person at their word and their energetic presentation that they were interested in you, except it didn't go beyond the interest. Like I said, it didn't go beyond the superficial, and it did not go beyond, well, the surface. I mean, this person's too cheap to spend that kind of energy. They realistically, honey, listen to me now. They realistically lost an emotional investment that you are willing to offer on the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups. Your spiritual energy is the Fool, to be open towards them. Not too many people get that, where you're just open to them without trying. Because they were cheap and didn't invest, they did not understand that you were an Empress and that you run a tight ship and that you were well respected and likely highly productive, possibly even monetary value attached to you. And because they were so cheap and cowardly and kind of ignorant, they failed to understand that there's nothing you can't do when you energetically put your mind to it. So again, it's their loss. And that loss was good for you. Imagine if they had put just a little bit more of themselves into this. How much longer would this have drug on? I'm guessing this person doesn't pay for anything more than they absolutely have to. And I don't just mean monetary, guys. I mean they put very little of themselves into anything. That's how superficial they are. Wishy-washy, bullshitting, non-committer, right? This is as much as I need from this to feel good about me. And then off I go on my merry way. So, when I tell you, you approach this with good intentions, and you didn't look too far into it because you really honestly felt you didn't have to. That's exactly what this is. You have a huge heart, honey. Like always, you have a huge heart. What you saw in this person, I do not know. But the fact that you were so honestly open with them because it literally felt right to you, that's amazing. Show me that Page of Cups, please. You saw something in them that they did not see in you. I don't know. Which again is their loss. It's their loss, honey. Show me that Page of Cups, please. Show me that Page of Cups. And it's also not your problem. By all rights, this is over. And they said they don't give a fuck because they weren't emotionally invested. Yeah, no shit. They saw to that from the very beginning. Not your fault. Why I'm still saying it, I don't know. There could be some obviously unresolved things between you. You seem to be doing just fine. Other than the fact that you're like, I don't know about new love or options in love right now, and I'm fine with that because I'm feeling good about me, and that's my focus. And if anything comes towards me, that's exactly it. It will come towards me. Perfect. I love that. I do love that. Your energy backs up that concept. So I'm terribly curious about what happens to you in the future. Okay, yeah, we still have a sense of loss and sadness in us. I have that feeling that this person's close in your proximity. That 5 of Cups there attached to that 10 of Pentacles. So while you feel very good about your own foundation, sense of stability, reliability, and loyalty, you feel very good about that, the direction of it. I told you were killing it over here. Yeah, there's still sadness in your heart. I know. I know. That's okay. Just try not to get wrapped up into that. Don't spare any more attention than you can. Perhaps you see this person often, especially if you share a community. I don't know. It could be like that. But I can tell you, it's more yours than it is theirs. I don't know how to explain that. I just know it's more yours than it is there. So when you go out, honey, you keep that fucking head up high. You hear me? You hear me? They say they don't give a fuck. Believe them. Believe them. I want you to get into that same space. Now, I know this meant something to you. I know. I know. I know. And you can't take it back. It's happened. It's been happened. Okay? It's done happens. They've already shown me that twice. Thank you. But the thing is, it's like you are the maker of your own world. You don't need to have sadness in your environment. You know, even if you have to see this person every day or every so often, it reminds you, or you're around your vicinity where you two used to hang out, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's going to provoke some sadness. It is, I know. But don't you dare let that show. You do what Scorpio does. When you emotionally withdraw from somebody, this is what we do. Hello. It's like people can see us, right? But they can't touch us. We go to places like that they don't understand, and this person clearly doesn't. Once we've emotionally detached from someone, they can see us. But they cannot touch us. That avenue is now over or dead. It would take a lot to transform it. And even if this person became enlightened overnight, honey, would you want them? They seem... You know what's funny? They're such a cheap investor. So cheap. So flaky. So surface. When you have everything that suggests you should be the #1 investment, when you have that surface or superficial mentality, it shows. And you can't tell you can't differentiate between a good investment and a bad one. And I don't think this person can at all. They're so used to investing shallow level shit. The reasons are the reasons. So you just remember that, especially if you're in a position where you have to see this person fairly often, or at all. You can see me, but you no longer affect me in that way. And even if you did, you will never know. I won't give you the fucking satisfaction. That's who we are, like it or not. some of our biggest critics from our enemies. And the thing is, well, you shouldn't have put yourself in the position of being the fucking enemy. You know? Yeah, something like that. I know where it comes from, by the way. The attitude we have that, again, our biggest critique, it's because if we love somebody that deeply once, there's always that potential that we could do it again. And that's why we get cold. And that's why we withdraw. It's because if I could love someone that deeply with next to no effort and they did nothing to prove it or invest in me, the odds are I could do it again. So I'd rather come across as a cold, distant bitch. Or if you're a guy, a cold, distant asshole. And look at you like I don't know you. You are just someone I used to know. You have no bearance in my life. You do not affect me. I still have my empire with or without you. We do that for self-preservation. It's a natural instinct that Scorpio has. And the more Scorpio you have in your chart, the more likely you are that way. Okay? It's self-preservation. Knowing you could love someone like that once, you could do it again. It's a safety thing. It's a safety thing. That 4 of Cups, please. Show me that 4 of Cups, please. Yes. Just pretend like there's glass between you and them. They can see you. They cannot touch you. Show me that 4 of Cups, please. 5 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. You knew that investing in the break of this was correct because it kept disappointing you over and over again. For reasons we've already discussed, you were clearly being used. When you invested in the break, specifically when you accepted the break, that's when you immediately started to feel better. I've already seen that. Like I said, we turned that frown upside down. Okay. It wasn't without pain. You showed me 5 of Cups twice, the 5 of Pentacles. I got it. It hurts. Especially if you are close to this person physically and you might be in a position to have to see them. I promise you. You know, you can walk on by or just stare at them. Oh yes, I used to know you. You know, whatever it is you need to do, just please know the investment was correct. Because you are someone in this scenario who actually knows how to invest appropriately. There you go. Keep doing you. You seem to be fine on your own, like I see for you all the time. Your household structure and business structure seem to be one and the same here, and it's doing quite well if that's the case. Very supportive, very strong. Again, getting back into that place of self-worth, self-value, and it seems to be reinforced around you in your household or within your work, possibly a combination of the two. I like how you are non-stressed, nor should you be, about options and love in the future. Your concentration is you feeling good about you from this point forward and putting your fire to good use and not allowing it to partake in anything negative. Not anymore. Let's wrap this up. Let's get some advice, please, from the universe. Not this one. Okay. Thank you, Chief. Let's get to... No, it's like, whoa, I picked that. Like, not that one. Okay. That was pretty clear. Wow, that was really good. Not that one. Okay. Let's get some advice, please, for Scorpio. So, yeah, I'm still seeing them in your energetic field. In other words, it bothered them a bit more than they're letting on. This person's really good at lying to themselves. But it's not your problem. I'm sorry they're showing up in your reading, especially now it's after the fact and it's clearly done. You took care of your heart space for this person. You did what you had to do. And like I say, you've heard me say it 1,000 times, right? The more you have to tell yourself something is true, the more the opposite it is. The more this person tells themselves they don't give a fuck about what happened, what went down, and why, we know the opposite is true. But again, tell that to somebody who's wrapped up in the 5 of Swords and they have no way of getting a hold of them in terms of reality check. That's them. That's their shit they got to deal with. And I can see why, too. When somebody has that strong of a 5 of Swords, it's self-deception. They know they shot themselves in the foot when it comes to you. And that's a hard thing to admit. Look at that fucking quality Scorpio. I dicked around with them and I lost it. You know what? I didn't lose it. I was never in it to begin with. Ah, problem solved. I don't have to feel bad about that. I was never in it to begin with. Oh, okay. My ego has been rescued once more. Thank you. Yeah. Their ego has been rescued once more. They didn't lose an opportunity if they never cared about it, right? Okay, Nine of Wands. Blockage, resistance, advice please, advice please, advice please, advice please. Block it. Yeah, block it. That's Five of Swords now. Where are we? 3, 4 times? It's somewhere in there. That's enough Five of Swords. I told you, when somebody's in that level of denial, they don't know what they're missing, because if they dared look at it, they would be screaming, why did I allow that to happen? Why did I keep saying I didn't want this? I did want it. Yeah. You need to block it. It's not your problem. Also, P.S., there's more of that self-deception. You have been advised to block this, because I do believe they're deceiving themselves by thinking that you will come back in some way. The Three of Wands, waiting in expectation. We got to block all this. So if you can still feel this person's energy pulling on you, that's just, please know it's coming again from a negative space. You showed me fives for very different reasons. Pain and abandonment. Breakage. This was real to me, and I was actually hurt by this. It actually meant something to me. It didn't to you. Fuck. They're showing me nothing but the other kind of fives, and the worst ones. Five of Swords, Five of Swords, Five of Swords. They still don't know, and ignorance is bliss. You gotta block it. If you feel it pull on you, they got an ego. This one's got an ego. This one's got some pride. It didn't mean anything to me. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. I am waiting. There's you again, taking off in a very, very different direction. You're taking your sexy ass energy somewhere else, just not here. That particular shop is closed, but that doesn't mean you are. You're going to take that fiery ass energy somewhere else, and you're opening up in a different direction. You are advised to continue to do this. Use your Fool for the right way. Okay, bring your fire forward in the right ways. Anything else? Intuitively, you feel that you will connect. I don't know necessarily with this person, but intuitively, you feel you will connect and or reconnect with people socially, getting your heart back out there in due course. I already saw that over here on your side of the timeline, where you said, I'm not stressed about it and I'm not fussed about it. If there's an opportunity to present options in love, or to explore them, or to connect with them, I will feel that in due course. In the meantime, I'm fine just being me. My sexy ass on myself. Me going out there doing things. That kind of thing. Yeah, it's easy to say this never affected me if you really want to believe that, especially when you realize you're the asshole who missed out on that. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. You got, I mean, the ego is not going to allow somebody to say that. I'm the asshole that let that out of my life. That was me. I 100% let that go and didn't take it seriously. Fuck. What are the odds of that happening? Alrighty, Roo. E. C. The big star, the star of Aquarius, it's in the reverse. That hope and dream is now gone. Okay, you kind of hit reality. The stingray, you, in reverse. You stop pursuing this person. You no longer feel about them the way that you did. It's over. The bee, also in reverse. You stopped working towards this person. You stopped trying hard towards this person. You stopped trying to accommodate this person. And you stopped trying to just do whatever. The busyness, the working hard, the whatever. It's all gone for that. It's all gone. You working for them, trying to get their energy to blah, blah, blah. Okay, big dollar bill. For some of you, confirmation of the earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but also it landed over here in that general vicinity. We're working very hard on our monetary values right now. Okay. R, J. That's great. The cloud, that makes me happy. I've been hearing like crazy all the time now. So I'm listening to it all the time right now. It just always reminds me now of Touch of Grey by the Grateful Dead. I've had that pretty much on repeat. Sorry that you feel that way. I guess there's not much else to say. Every silver lining's got a touch of gray. There you go. We had to learn shit the hard way. And it's like, you know, you said your piece and you got out. Some of you, Aquarius, you were dealing with Aquarius for some of you. Okay, the lightning bolt. As I said, the lightning bolt moment. RJCE. Okay, that's enough. Yeah. All right, I didn't mean it for it to run this long, but not bad. Could have been worse. You know me. I can go on and on and on. More than one way. Sometimes going on and on is always a bad thing. That applies to other areas of the life as well. Perhaps we'll see that in Intimate Tarot, which is approximately 2 weeks from your message day. Yay, Intimate Tarot. Yes, 2 weeks, Intimate Tarot. Okay, for everybody. All right, Scorpio, honey, I do hope this helped you, and keep doing what you're doing. You'll be fine. All right, keep holding your head up, your natural energy to feel good about you having made the right decision, understanding the hard truths, incorporating them, and I mean really integrating those hard truths, taking responsibility for them, understanding your role in this whole thing, and allow yourself to accept the pain. Just do yourself that favor. Allow yourself to accept the pain, that this meant something to you and it didn't to them. The sooner you can absorb that, the better you will feel. Other than that, the other areas of your life look really rock solid. I have been seeing you primed for different positions of new, and I still see you being primed for the positions of new, but the idea is loving yourself first and getting reacquainted with your full value. Okay, as the Scorpio who is functioning fully and at high capacity outside of whatever this hot pile of cheap, flaming, unaware garbage is. Sorry, not sorry. Welcome to Sassy Scorpion Tarot. My name's Christina. Scorpio, I will see you in a couple of weeks. Take care. Remember, they can see you now, but they cannot touch you. Be well.